Welcome to Working with Text Files lecture. So text files are a built-in Python feature, meaning no import modules are required. Text files have the .text formats. You can use either open or with open to either write or read a text file. You can use one of four modes for text files, which are W for writing, R for reading, R+ for both reading and writing, and lastly A for appending new written lines. Okay, so let's just take a look at our desktop here on the left hand side, and what I'm going to do is desk equals, so we're going to have a variable of a string, or rather we're going to have a variable that is a string, and it's going to be for this desktop location here, and we'll do users/Michael, so you can have your name here, and then desktop/. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is f equals open desk plus, we'll call it first.text, that's the name of the text file, and then we'll do the W mode for writing, because you have to write something before you can read anything, and we'll just run this as it is. And note that we have the output for the text file in the top left hand corner here, so I'm going to just double click. You can see we have first.text, and there's nothing in it at the moment. But let's say I want to delete this. Well, I have a problem. So if I hit delete here, it says file in use. The action can't be completed because the file is open in Python. So what's happening is that this is actually being run in the Jupyter Notebook kernel here, but within this particular cell. So if we want to delete it, we have to do f.close, and this is the method or function that we have to put at the end of our code within this cell. And now, it's not going to delete the actual file itself. What we do is now we can delete it, and it's got into the trash bin or recycle bin. Okay, but let's say hypothetically you will find yourself in a situation whereby you forget that this variable here, f, is equal to open desk plus first.text. Then you can't use the .close method or function. So what you have to do then, we just run this again. What you have to do is go to where this particular kernel, this Jupyter Notebook kernel, is located. And here it's running, it's green, so it's running. What you have to do is make sure this is ticked and then duplicate. And now you have the duplicate, which is copy 1. And you can delete the new one now. So if I try to delete this, you can see it doesn't work. But if I delete this particular file, so files_lecture, this IPYNB, hit the trash can, yes, delete, and now I'll see if I can delete this, and as you can see it's gone. Okay, and then we also do want to delete this, and we'll click on this, and it's going to give me the exact code that I had before. Oh, excuse me, it doesn't seem to have all of it. So normally it does. So we do f equals open desk plus first.text W, and then we'll do f close, and also we'll do print f. Now, as you can see here, we've got the outputs in the Jupyter Notebook, and we also have the text file here. So as you can see, it's the io.text io wrapper, the name, which is the location of our text file, and we have also the mode, which is W, and the encoding, which is not too important at the moment. Okay, so let's say we want to actually add some text this time. So if we do f.tab, you'll see the list of all the available functions and methods that we can apply. And note that because I'm in the W mode for writing, I can't use all of them. So I can't use read, readable, readline, or readlines. If I tried, it would actually cause an error. And conversely, if I were to have R instead of W, so I have the R mode for reading, I won't be able to use the writable, write, or write lines. It would also cause an error. Okay, so I'm going to do write, and let's say we have, this is my first file. And also we'll do, let's say, hello world. Run that, double click in here, and as you can see, this is my first file, hello worlds. Now the only problem here is that we've got hello world on the same line, and these two, the file and hello, are together there. We don't want that. So how can I get hello world on the second line? Well, what we can do is one of two ways. We do f.write and then /n. However, what I'd prefer is just to save a line of code is simply /n. Run that, delete this, double click, and as you can see, hello world, great. So moving on from that, let's say we want to do f1 equals open, and like before it's just going to be the first.text. We'll do w, and then we do, let's say f1.write, let's say, whoopsie, /n good night, and then we'll do f1.close. Run that, and we double click. You can see that we only have good night. We don't have the this is my first file and hello world. So how can I get all three of these strings to be inside of here? So how can I keep this here? Well, what we can do, run this. So this cell here I've run. Double click now. So we have the original strings that we had before. And instead of having write W, we'll do the A for append. So we're doing the A mode. Run this. Delete this, double click, and as you can see we've got good night now. Okay, great. So moving on from that, you might be wondering about the difference between, say, the open and the with open. So we'll just do with open, and we'll do desk plus first.text, let's say A again, as G, and we'll do g.write /n cool, and that's it. And we'll just check here. As you can see, we've got cool. Okay, so because we haven't put the .close method here, you might be thinking that we're not able to delete this particular file. So if I just hit here, then delete, well, we actually deleted. And that's because when you do the with open, you don't have to use the .close method. It automatically does the close for you. So it's a bit safer using the with open. You don't have to worry about putting the g.close at the end of it. Okay. So moving on from that, let's say, let's make that again. So we want to read the text from here, and we want to read it as an output in the Jupyter Notebook. Well, what we can do here is, let's say f2 equals open desk plus first.text. We'll do R this time as, oopsie, and then f2 dot read, and I'm going to do print, and we'll do f2.close. Great, so you have this is my first file, hello world, good night, cool. Okay, so moving on from that, now we're going to do something a little bit more different. So just click on the desktop here. I'm going to actually delete this, we don't need that anymore. So if you're a Windows user, hold the Control and Shift, or if you're a Mac user, hold the Command and Shift, then right click, open command window here, and what we're going to do is create 3 folders. So mkdir, from make directory, and then we'll do file _0, file _1, and file _2. Run that. As you can see, we populated the desktop with these 3 folders, file 0, 1, and 2. We'll just hide that now, and we'll do a list called gear. We'll have bleed wolf widen, and we'll just leave it at that for now. And what we'll do is create a new path. So we're going to do a path to these first 2 files, 0 and 1. So path equals, so it's similar to what we had with the desk variable, users slash Michael slash desktop slash file underscore slash, we'll call this just second text. Okay, and then we'll do for I in range len gear, and you'll find out why I'm doing len gear later, colon, with open, so we don't have to use the close method in this case, a bit safer, path.formats I w as, let's say f3 colon, then f3 dot write gear, and then f3 dot write. What we're going to do is slash n plus gear. So we're getting the Blade Wolf for gear 0 and the Raiden for gear 1. Okay. And then what we're going to do is, let's say f3.write slash n is cooler than dot format gear 0 gear 1. Okay, so that should hopefully do it. Run the code, and you can see that both of these folders here, 0 and 1, are populated, so we'll just check them. As you can see, Blade Wolf Raiden, Blade Wolf is cooler than Raiden. Okay, and then we'll just check the second one. So this is file 1, and we have the exact same output. Okay, great. So what if we wanted to have different outputs within each of these folders, including folder 3, but with the same name of second.txt? Well, it's quite simple here. Firstly, we'll add another one. Let's say Sam, and I'm going to actually comment this line out here. What I can do is simply I, and that should hopefully do it. So if I run this, that should be fine. As you can see, file 2 is also populated. We'll just check that. Sam, Blade Wolf is cooler than Raiden. Let's check the file 1. Raiden, Blade Wolf is cooler than Raiden. And lastly, Blade Wolf is cooler than Raiden. Great. Okay, so I'm just going to remove all these now. And this last one here. Okay. So moving on from that, what we're going to do is a function. I'm going to use two lists. So the first one is Simpsons. And I'm actually going to just scroll down here. Okay, so we're going to have two nested lists. Bart in detention, Lisa at MIT, and then, oopsie, another nested list of donuts, and let's say Homer, Homer, and I've used the single quotation marks here, nom, nom, nom. Okay, so notice that I've got these single quotation marks here. And then we'll do also transformers, transformers equals, same like before, we're going to have two nested lists. Hot Rod opens matrix, and Optimus returns, and then we'll do Unicron transforms, well, let's just say explodes, and Megatron jumps, I don't know, something like that. Okay, and then we'll do def, so it's going to a function we're going to create, file, text, and then we'll do a path of path equals c slash users slash Michael slash desktop. So we're putting them directly in the desktop this time. Slash and then we'll do for I in range len text colon with open path plus cartoon underscore dot text dot format I slash w mode as f. We'll do f dot write text I 0, and then f dot write text I again, and we'll do 1. Okay, I'm going to run this now. So file, let's say we do Simpsons. As you can see here in the top left corner here, cartoon 0, Bart in detention, Lisa at MIT. I think I need to just change that slightly. Okay, so run that again. Hopefully we'll get rid of this this issue here with the detention and Lisa. So just double check. Okay, great. So we've got Bart's detention, Lisa at MIT. And we'll just check with this. Donuts, Homer, nom nom nom. Okay, and we'll just check with transformers as well. So transformers, run that. Hot Rod opens matrix, Optimus returns, Unicron explodes, Megatron jumps. Okay, great. So moving on from that one, what we can also do is actually create a text file within Jupyter Notebook. So let's say we do dc equals open skynet.text, and then we'll do w mode for writing, and we'll do dc.write, and if you remember, we can do a docstring as well, which is for when we have triple quotation marks on either end. So let's say we do Terminator is /n hunting John Connor. Oopsie. Two ends /n, and Sarah is protecting him. So we'll do that. And then we'll do dc.close, run that, and if we go into our folder here, we can find that we've got a skynet.txt. Click here, and you can see Terminator is hunting John Connor and Sarah is protecting him. Great. Okay, let's say we put in something else. I'll be back. And you need to save that by holding the Control and S button, and then you get the tick which indicates that it's been saved. Okay, and let's say we were to do d equals open skynet.text, and then we're going to do r plus this time, and then d.write hasta la vista baby. And then we'll do, let's say, end equals d.read lines, then d.close, and that should do it. So we're able to both write and read, but only after we've created the actual file itself. So go here, refresh. As you can see, I'll be back, hasta la vista baby. Okay, great. And if I were to do ends, we'll get a list here, and we don't want these /ends. So let's say we want to check if there's a particular word within this list. Well, what we can do is we need to get rid of these /ends. So what we can do is, let's say, .join, and then we can convert this into a function. Just do f or film. That makes a bit more sense. Film, and scroll down here. Okay, so let's say we're going to get rid of these. We're going to just do replace. Actually, let's do, yeah, we're going to do replace /end. That should work. Okay, great. And then we want to do splits. So dot splits. And now we can check and say, let's do, I don't know, John in get true. If I do Terminator, get true. If I do, let's say Carl, get false. Okay, great. So that concludes my lecture on text files. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the Q&A. Thanks.